Hey, what's up everybody? In this video we're going to look at my barbarian build. I'm using a two-handed weapon for this one. In my previous video I was using pretty much the same build, slightly modified, for two one-handed weapons. Now this is a lightning build. Let's go over the skills quickly. The primary is Frenzy with Smite. Because of lightning damage also it has a chance to stun the enemy, so that ties in with a few pieces that I have for gear. My secondary is Whirlwind with Wind Shear. This makes it so that I gain Fury for every enemy struck. In this build I want to keep maximum Fury at all times, so this is essentially a 0 Fury build for damage. Might, I have Overpower with Killing Spree. This is for lightning damage. Also this can be cast while whirlwinding. You don't have to stop the whirlwind. This will actually just cast while you're doing it. And then also with Killing Spree, my critical hit chance is increased by 8% for 5 seconds after using it, so I could use this pretty regularly. Pretty much I should have 8% increase at all times, almost all the time. I have two different tactics: Battle Rage with Bloodshed. This is a DPS gain along with critical hits of explosion. Critical hits cause an explosion, dealing 20% damage done to all of the nearby enemies. That's big, especially for the crits that I'm getting, which should be over half the time with Overpower. That will, if I crit all around me, it'll destroy everything in a second. You gotta see it. Tactics Warcry. I have this just for defense. This increases my armor, maximum life, and life regeneration, so that's a good defensive. And finally Might. There is a rune that's lightning damage, but I didn't go with it because I don't care for the 10 cooldowns. If you watch my other videos, I'm not a big fan of cooldowns. With this though, if I hit 5 enemies, there is no cooldown. The cooldown is reset or reduced every 2 seconds for every enemy hit, so that's why I use just Merciless Assault type physical. So as far as my passive, Superstition for reduced non-physical damage, which is big for elites, uniques. Unforgiving, this is for, I need this for the build because you no longer degenerate Fury, instead you generate Fury. So since I want to always be maxed out on Fury, this is a must-have. And this is where the maximum Fury comes in. Berserker Rage, you deal 25% additional damage when you're at max. So really I have no spenders except for Whirlwind. Blood Rage or Battle Rage does spend, but you use Battle Rage then Warcry. This gives you 20, this takes 20, so then they cancel each other out. And just as long as you're whirlwinding 2 or more enemies, you won't ever have to worry about it. Finally, Weapons Master for an 8% flat out increase in damage. And for my gear, for my two-handed, I'm using Stalgard's Decimator. I haven't really found anything with more damage output than this has. I mean, there are some pretty damn good ones, but this is what I like so far. And because your melee attacks throw a piercing axe at a nearby enemy, dealing 674% weapon damage. That amount is huge. It's essentially the most powerful single attack that I have is that axe coming out of this. So using this, it's pretty damn good, especially like on a single target. It'll throw the axe and you'll be doing your melee, and it'll just kind of be doubling up on the energy. But I also have other things here. So I'm using Y-Word. Lightning damage has a 70% chance to stun. So this tied with Frenzy Smite, which has a 30% chance to stun when I use that, will go along with Ancient Parthen Defenders, and this is a defense boost. So when I'm whirlwinding through a group of enemies, I'll be stunning them, and also everybody that's stunned nearby will increase my damage reduction. So this is a great defensive. And then for offensive, I have Haunt of Vaxo. Whenever I stun, I'll summon 2 shadow clones that will actually do various barbarian warrior moves. Not specifically what I have, but they'll just kind of do their own thing. This has a 30-second cooldown, but then they last for 15 seconds, so your 2 clones will be up about half the time when you use all this together. And then finally, Sash of Knives. I have this. I haven't found the belt that I really want, which increases my lightning damage and then also causes me to discharge lightning. But until I find that, this is what I'm using. 25% chance to attack or throw a dagger at a nearby enemy. These daggers that you throw will actually pierce too, and then they'll throw at a distance. So 318 ain't bad. It's about half the damage of Stalgard's. But that's a great DPS increase. And as you can see, with buffs, I'm at 1.5 million damage, 8.8 toughness, and 20,000 healing. So I primarily play on Torment 1. Critical hit chance 48%, attack speed 21.6% increase, Critical hit damage 434%, area damage 88%, lightning increase 36%. And then, well, as you can see from my depth diggers, it increases my primary skills by 90% damage. So my frenzy is increased even more. So 220, about 400% weapon damage. And then that's about it. There's nothing really too crazy around this, just all pretty standard. All my gear is essentially geared towards damage, pure damage. A little bit of health regen here and there, but let's go see what I can do. So let's go to Weeping Hollow. Now, I like to charge in and then whirlwind. As you can see, the axes will throw even when you're not hitting enemies. Same with the I don't know why the hell I searched that fucking guy. But same with the Sash of Knives. That will proc too whenever you're not around anybody. So, oh man, what's that guy? So there's my two buddies. They'll actually hop in and beat the hell out of everything. So, as you can see, it doesn't take much at all. And it doesn't take much to gear up this tune. Star Wars Decimator is excellent, but as far as everything else goes, you can have a build pretty damn similar to this pretty easily. But this is what I'm currently having fun with. This and using the two one-handers, like I said, I have another video showing, I have Thunder Fury and the Fulminator. And that's actually a pretty crazy build. It also has a ranged element to it if you want to watch that. But as you can see, I just charge in, whirlwind does my thing, and pretty straightforward. It doesn't take very much to wipe out entire groups. I mean, I could just whirlwind right through the middle of them. But as you see, there's a little bit of a range effect using those axes. And since they're guided, oh, yep, and you see, you could do that too, but it's kind of fucking a waste of time, unless you really need to, but it's an option. So anyway, that's the build that I'm having fun with, and as you can see, just no fury spent, monster hits and crits, and then I forget to do that. But I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to like and or subscribe to Dread's Escape. This or any of my other videos that I have up. I have quite a few, so go ahead and check those out if you want. Oh, here we go. Right here, I'll just use this. As you can see, it's a pretty strong build. My gear could be better actually. It's, you know, this isn't as powerful as it could get, but I'm still working on it. I've spent tens of thousands of shards trying to get some pieces, but sometimes the numbers aren't there. So anyway. Alright, thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks a lot.